Hey guys, welcome to the hobby and this battle report / review for some of the new stuff that is coming out from Games Workshop to make your tabletop battles awesome. This week we have the new Crusade book that has just dropped. This is kind of like a lore book on what's going on in the 40K universe. They've got basically the forces of chaos. The World Eaters are descending upon the Armageddon system. And if you know the Armageddon system, that's where the Astra Militarum are with the Steel Legion. Orcs are over there. You've got the Grey Knights are joining. Space Wolves are joining in. So a lot of cool stuff there. It is a Crusade system for campaign battles. They give you little branching storylines, new lore bits. So I've always wanted Games Workshop to do books like this. So we definitely got to look into this book and see if maybe me and Jay and some buddies can run, a campaign for it. So
be pretty cool, I think.
Crusade Armageddon is out. And then, Jay, do you have the box for it? It is the new chapter approved cards that have just come out with these new things called challenges. So not only, it's just called chapter approved 2024 to 5.
25, 26.
25, 26. I hate that. I like that the last
season.
one was called
It had a name, yeah.
Pariah Nexus. They should have just called this one Armageddon, in fact, since it's coming out around the same time. But it adds fresh new ways to play the game, ways to deploy your army, ways to fight, new twists. So everybody's excited about that. I'm sure these cards are going to be like sold out instantly.
Yeah,
and that's
everybody
annoying,
needs them.
actually. Yeah.
Everybody needs them.
So you got to make sure that they don't do that. Otherwise, people are just going to print their own cards. Then you have these new things called challenges.
Yeah, the challenges.
And that's kind of like secret missions from Pariah Nexus that nobody ever used because they were kind
better than that.
Too hard to do.
Yeah.
And they kind of look at what about those?
Like in the catch-up mechanic in Spearhead.
Age of Sigmar, we love it. The best self-contained, quick skirmish battle, 9 out of 10. If you want to get into tabletop, Spearhead's the way to go. But they have these. They kind of look like Spearhead cards.
So you can either do a challenger stratagem. So they give you a free, it is a free stratagem. Or you can do a mission, challenger mission will get you more points.
So you if you're behind by 6 points, then you get to draw one of these cards, and it's almost like a catch-up mechanic.
Right.
So I'm interested to see, is that going to change the whole meta? You know, you got to play your opponent close so that nobody draws these cards, or if you jump out in front, your opponent is going to have access to some powerful abilities.
even so, I mean, if you use the stratagem, you're wasting out on the catch-up points, to use the mission, the challenger mission.
And then the last thing, brand new thing this release, I just got this today. Hours ago, and we rushed to put it together. It is the brand new Space Wolves are here. Now, Space Wolves are awesome. They're very character-driven. They're close combat, and in fact, this book is awesome. It makes Blood Angel players like me and Jay a little jealous, a little angry.
Yeah, their close combat seems a little bit better.
Yeah, they have kind of refreshed the line in these badass new poses, new Space Wolf miniatures. Yeah. I am, as Games Workshop always does, a little bad with the good. The bad, they took out some of the Space Wolf characters. What the hell?
Yeah.
I just finished my Santa sled model, and they removed the sled. Logan sled. So I'm gonna use it anyway. Fuck it. We're just gonna count him as the normal Logan on foot. God dang it, Games Workshop. But all the new models coming out look awesome, and we've got the new book, so we're gonna check out these detachments. It is one of those Space Marine supplement ones, so there's only 3 detachments.
Right.
So, you got Saga of the Hunter, which is basically, helping your hit rolls, and then the next one is Saga of the Bold, which is helping characters in the detachment. And then Saga of the Beast Slayer. It's like helping them go and target individual monsters, vehicles, and characters. And the thing with the Space Wolves is they're basically like Vikings, space Vikings. You can either go Vikings or you can go furries, wolves, and stuff.
Furries.
And I got a little bit of both. I'm going a little furry friends and a little Viking flavor. So let's take a look at the lists that we will be playing today, shall we? Let's check it out. This is my force of Space Wolves backed up by some Salamanders. We got the Codex a little late, so I'm still painting up my miniatures. So we're going to have a lot of proxies here. But let's get started. I am a little salty that GW decided to get rid of this model. I just finished getting my Santa sleigh together. Yes, I know a lot of people hate this model, think it's goofy, but I actually like it. Well, it's gone now, along with the unique flyers from the Space Wolves, which also pisses me off because those were cool looking too. Thankfully I didn't buy those. But we're gonna count Logan Grimnar here as normal Logan Grimnar. Yeah, his base is a little wider, so it's gonna be a penalty to me, but we'll just use Logan Grimnar in his sleigh because I never got to use his sleigh before they removed him from the game. So, we've got Logan Grimnar here leading the force. We've got 3 Thunder Wolves cavalry that, you know, kind of goofy looking little Space Marines, look like little babies riding wolves, but you know what? I don't care. It looks funny. It looks interesting to me, and so we are finally fielding them for the first time. We have a unit of 10 Grey Hunters. These are basically the shooty guys in the Space Wolves. That's a no-no. You kind of probably just want to go with Blood Claws and just charge everything. We've got Ragnar Blackmane. I hear he's really good in close combat in this codex. And then we've got this hilarious small dreadnought. These dreadnoughts are looking so ridiculously small compared to the newer models. This is Murder Fang, so he is still walking around in his old school armor. Same thing with Bjorn. Bjorn the Fell-Handed, he's got a funny story to him. I'll put it in the link in the description where the Blood Ravens as a meme tricked him to fighting for them, but we're gonna trick him into an Invictus Warsuit because I don't have a Bjorn in his old school armor. So we're using a proxy. That is going to be Bjorn. I know the base is a little bigger, but that's more a penalty to me. And then we're gonna use the new badass Headhunters. So I've got 6 Headhunters. I only have 5 of these custom guys, so I'm going to throw in AngryJoe himself from the Angry Marine to lead them. Make 6 of those guys and 6 wolves that are going to puppy sort of followers that help them. And then we have an Iron Priest here, which is going to help our vehicles do better. And then, of course, we needed a bit more points since I don't have a lot of Space Wolves right now. So we got help from a Repulsor Executioner. Broke his cannon off. Email me on the interwebs if you can help me get that cannon back. And then we have a Brutalis Dreadnought. So that is my hodgepodge force of Space Wolves, but we are using the new Codex, and we've got the Saga of the Bold, which basically gives us re-rolls on some various rolls for characters, and then if we manage to complete our saga, then it's re-rolls across the whole thing. And you combine that with the Space Marine re-rolls, and I'm hoping that we'll be rolling well today. So let's take a look at who they're fighting.
Alright, so this is my 1500 points of Aeldari using the Aspect Host detachment. First off, I have Magma Raw, backed up by some Dark Reapers. I've got Fugin, backed up by some Fire Drakes. I've got Lycus with her Warp Spiders. I think it's a her, I don't know, it's a dude. I've got a Farseer with some Guardian Defenders right there in the middle. I've got a Wraith Lord and a Wraith Knight. And a Lone Solitaire to do some backfield shenanigans.
That Wraith Knight taking up most of your points is something like 430, right?
435.
You've got a really small elite Eldar force. Let's see if they can hold up against these Space Wolves. Okay, so we got the new chapter approved missions list. Let's take a look at it now. I stacked the deck on this one for deployment, and I'm just getting the standard Dawn of War as we kind of reacclimate to 40K, competitive 40K, because we're going to actually use a tournament layout today. So it's standard deployment, Dawn of War, and the primary mission is hold out. Basically the easiest setup that you're going to get, and yes, I stacked the deck to get it. However, we will do something new. Here is the twist. The twist I shuffled. We'll stick to this. Oh no,
Night
it's
fighting.
night fighting. Each unit can only be the target of a ranged attack if the attacking model is within 18 inches. That absolutely destroys the Eldar. Because the Eldar are shooting, whereas the Space Wolves are getting in your face. Let's not do that one, because Jay would be fucked. Let's go. What's the next one? RuneScape.
Yeah.
RuneScape. That kind
There
of
you go.
sounds very Space Wolfy. Each time a unit makes a normal or advanced move, it can move horizontally through terrain features. Yeah, that's fine. So let's go with that one for now, just in fairness to Jay. And in the future, we'll play with the twists. But sometimes people, they don't even do the twist.
Yeah.
I'm interested in these new challenges, which we will show you later on. Okay, we've got the table set up. We've got our missions. We've got our twists. Now it's just time to see, we got deployment. Now it's time to see who goes first. 5,
Uno.
1.
Looks like you.
Okay. Now that we know who is going first, before we go, let's get a quick word from our sponsors.
At Frontline Gaming, we make the best tabletop gaming mats in the universe. You'll be able to unroll your FLG mat and get gaming right away. Our products are all made and tested by passionate gamers at Frontline Gaming HQ right here in the USA. It's time to take your battlefield to a new level. Frontline Gaming, champions of tabletop.
Okay, and thank you to our sponsors, Baron of Dice, for giving us some custom dice we're going to be using throughout the game here, as you can see with my logos on them. You can grab these in the description of any of our battle reports.
Yep.
We are also using this wonderful terrain that you see before you from Micro Art Studios on an FLG map to make everything look real nice. Let's get started with Space Marine Turn 1 movement. Let's go. Okay, here we wanted to show you deployment. So the Salamander's Brutalis Dreadnought has deployed on the right flank here, along with some of those Thunderwolf cavalry. They are on opposite the side of the Wraith Lord and the Fire Drakes that are hiding there, along with the Dark Reapers, which are at the very top level here, able to rain fire down. Those head takers, they have the 6 puppies can actually split off from them and act as 2 separate units. So the head taker puppies are over here. Here we have Ragnar Blackmane in the middle, supported by the 10 Grey Hunters. We have the Bjorn Proxy in his new bigger war suit, being supported by an Iron Priest here. The other Salamanders, Repulsor Executioner Warhammer is on this flank, along with Murder Fang and those brand new head takers led by AngryJoe. And then we've got what's his name?
What's that?
Logan, that's right. He is in Deep Strike. But flanking us, there's the big boy Eldar Wrath Knight on Wraith Knight on that side. You have the Guardians, and there's the one
Solitaire.
What is it? Harlequin.
Harlequin's Harlequin.
Meant to be rambunctious. And then in Deep Strike, you've got the Warp Spiders.
My dude, Lycus.
And Lycus. Okay, that's deployment. Let's go ahead and get to the game. Space Wolves turn 1, we decided to, help Jay out a little bit, because he had his Dark Reapers on the top and his Fire Dragons on the bottom. And what happened was I moved old Bjorn through the ruins due to the Ruinscape from the new chapter approved mission deck, and basically wiped the Fire Dragons. And then I moved this Brutalis Dreadnought and then fired its heavy bolters at the Reapers and basically wiped the Reapers. And then we realized, no, the strength of the Eldar is, they're glass cannons. So I allowed Jay to just move his guys behind the building so they couldn't be shot on turn 1. So just to have a fun game, because if I take out his Dark Reapers and his Fire Dragons, we felt like, man, that might be it. So instead, I just did recover assets, and I got like 3 points out of it. So that was Space Wolves turn 1. Let's see what the Eldar do. Okay, so for Eldar turn 1, now that his Dark Reapers and Fire Dragons are still alive, the Dark Reapers were repositioned behind this building, poked out with Moggen Raw, and fired everything into my Thunder Cavalry here, instead of the Brutalis, which I thought he was going to do. I managed to survive with only 2 wounds left on the Cavalry.
So 3s. So 6 mortal wounds, basically.
Because it's 2 shots each?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So basically saving just those 3 on 4 up invulns.
Right.
Only got 1 save, so are each of these failures 2?
10 damage each, yeah.
So
or 10 damage total.
Yeah, because 2 for 5. 10 damage total on the Thunder Cavalry, and the Thunder Cavalry have 4 wounds each. So 2 are killed, and then 1 wolf has 2 wounds left.
All right.
Damn. Then he moved his Wraith Lord out and fired his heavy firepower at the Brutalis and did 8 damage to him, almost killing him. He's got 4 wounds left.
2 6s.
3s.
3s, yeah. So got 2 3s.
Saving on 5 pluses. 1 save, 1 went through.
All right.
How much damage?
8 damage.
Oh, you rolled a 6.
You're lucky you saved.
Bastard. 8 damage. God damn. The Fire Dragons popped out but had no target. Same thing with the Guardians. They did fire their Star Cannon over here and did 2 wounds to the head takers. But the big boy damage was done by the Wraith Lord, and he rolled terribly. It was hilarious. And originally, he was probably going to kill Bjorn, but I spent a CP in order to help save Bjorn. Let's check that out. Maybe that could help, so maybe I should try to... Fuck it. 1 CP. We're trying to save Bjorn just because I like him so much. 5 up. Yes! 1 block, 1 makes it through. You gotta be kidding me. No way. 2 damage from... Are you telling me the damage characteristic of that heavy lance, Wraith Knight lance, is 2d6 each shot?
Yeah.
So you can get 12 damage odds for each shot.
Yeah.
And you can go up to 6 shots.
Right.
That's what you were saying before.
Yeah,
Okay, so 5 up, feel no pain.
Wait,
Yeah,
before
yeah,
you do that.
Yeah,
I might,
yeah, yeah.
I might have to reroll.
Okay, so I already subtracted 1 CP. Go again. Let's see a double 1. Let's see if I hurt. Yeah, I'm gonna see if I hurt him more.
Oh, well.
7 damage.
Yeah.
So
Almost dead, though.
almost dead, meaning Bjorn will survive no matter what. And it was all because I spent a CP. Any more 5s? Bjorn says 3 5s, sir. You only do 4 damage to good old Bjorn.
And even that's such on the low spectrum too. Oh my god.
And then Jay spent a CP to push the damage on Bjorn. And luckily, though, Bjorn blocked one of the shots, and his feel no pains helped out a little bit. And he ended up only getting 4 damage from a Wraith Knight. So that was a huge miracle for Bjorn to pull off, because he should have really just been one-shotted. Who did get one-shotted was a surprise. I have never fought a Harlequin before. This Solitaire pretty much charged from his deployment zone. He moved a ridiculous amount, then made a 5-inch charge and killed Ragnar Blackmane.
So 9 attacks, needing 2s. Here we go. Needing 3s.
Jesus, that's maximum power. Really bad roll. 4 make it through, or 3, 4 fail, so that's 4 wounds.
No, 8 wounds.
No way. That's gonna kill him if it's 8 wounds.
Yeah, it's 8 wounds, 2 each.
No, Ragnar Blackmane has lost. Now, I'm curious. Let's see him fighting back. Let's say he does it to you. I have 8 attacks to your 9.
Yeah.
I hit on 2s. 3, so I am wounding on 2s.
Yeah.
So really, it's because you charged me first. I didn't really expect that. And then I'm doing negative AP 3 and 2 damage each. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14 wounds. So Ragnar is a fucking beast.
Yeah, I have an invul and a 4-up. That's about it.
All right, well, because you hit me first, and I guess I didn't expect it. That's a huge win for you, because you just knocked out like 150 plus from my army or something like that.
Yeah, and that was my gamma target.
Or 90 points. Gamma target. Ragnar did not even get to fight back. He was just obliterated, and then he consolidated back behind there. So, and he scored both of his secondaries to 7 points. So, a pretty effective Eldar turn 1. Let's move into Space Marine, Space Wolf turn 2 and see if we can hit back harder. Okay, turn 2. At the end of turn 2, Space Wolves, we charged in with the cavalry on the Dark Reapers and wiped 3 of them. All right, hitting on 3s. Wounding on 3s. All wounds. Armor piercing -2.
How many? 3?
3.
No.
3 to the Dark Reapers. It's 2 damage each, not like it would matter.
Yeah.
However, Morgan Raw hit back and killed the last of the Thunderwolf Cavalry, but that's fine. He did his job. The Brutalis Dreadnought attempted to make an 8-inch charge against the Phoenix, or the Wraith Lord. And failed. I had all the doggies charge over here and make an attack against the Solitaire. I thought with 8 doggies I'd surely kill him. I was 1 wound short. Hitting on 4s. Wounding on 3s.
3s. Yep.
Normal AP. He's down!
No, he's not down. He still has 1
I
left.
thought you said that's all I could take.
Yeah, that's all I can take. I need one more to kill him.
The solitaire took one huge breath and fucking killed all of the doggies.
6 threes. All but one.
-2 strips off the wolf's armor. So 8 wounds. And they
No.
only take 1 wounds each. So there's
2
only
wounds each.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's only
Right.
6 guys, and you did 8
8.
attacks unabated.
Right.
Yeah. Wow. That guy is MVP. That guy is an asshole. I did forget to shoot him with these gray hunters first, which probably would have killed him, but that's okay. We just made an error. The Bjorn was putting out shots up here, killing some fire dragons. Unfortunately, not enough of the fire dragons were killed, so that's not looking too good for Bjorn. Over here, all my vehicles basically took some pot shots at all the infantry and ripped them up pretty good, leaving just the character and the platform. The biggest thing, though, was hitting both charges. It's also a 9-inch charge. 2 9-inch charges. That is a 5. That's a fail. We'll use a CP to try to get that 9. Murder Fang. Let me see a 9. Yes! 11. Murder Fang is in. That little boy is in. Can Daddy Logan help little boy? 9. 6, 7, 8, 9. He hits it. Daddy's helping little boy. He was inspired. Both 9-inch charges with Murder Fang and Logan on the Wraith Lord, or no, Wraith Knight, and we ended up winning that battle. Hitting on 3s.
Cool.
Well, thank God for re-rolling hits, because we've got 5 re-rolls. Sustained hits 1 is going to give us 1 extra dice. From these, we need all of them. Yes, we got all of them. I got 1 more dice here. I got 1 more dice here. Got all of them, plus another one. So we're adding 2 more dice for those sustained hits. Now we're moving on to Strength 14 from Little Murder Fang. 14 strength versus toughness of
12.
Wow. So 3s. Wounding on 3s.
Yeah.
Okay, we can re-roll 1 of these. Let's re-roll this 1. We got 2 misses. Got it. Does that help? No. Oh, you know what's crazy? You know those 2 that missed?
Tell me
Murder
what's
Claws
crazy.
have twin linked inherently. So we're re-rolling these. This is wild. This Murder
That's like
Claw.
3 re-rolls on this.
Yeah.
That's so
Yeah.
silly.
Yeah, I didn't even need that 1 reroll, whatever, from
You did 3
this.
re-rolls. Save, pretty much.
That's a lot of saves.
That's still a lot of
12 fucking damage.
damage. That's good.
How much wounds does he have?
18, right?
18, 12 minus 18, 6 wounds remaining. Okay. Well, I am very, very proud of Murder Fang. He's probably the most powerful in close combat I've seen with those sustained hits. We hit 2 6s. We got 10 attacks. Then we twin linked on the wound rolls, and the wound rolls were only 3. AP2, damn, this guy is a beast. So, that was huge to take down the Wraith Knight. That was big turn for Space Wolves. Let's strike.
Yeah, you definitely want to strike.
And we go 6 dice. And on a strike. And hitting on 2s with re-rolls from Oath of Moment. So all of those hit. We got 1 re-roll Oath of Moment. We got it. Does the 6 do anything? It does not. Okay, so all hit. Now we're going into the strike. It's strength 8 versus toughness of higher.
Yep.
So 5s to wound.
Correct.
And that is going to need a Space Wolf character. Wow! Logan was inspired by Murder Fang. We're re-rolling one of these to get another 5. He just barely misses that another 5. So he's got 4 wounds coming in at -2 armor piercing as well. That was going to be 3 damage each.
Ugh.
This could do it.
Yeah, this probably does. I saved 2.
Missed 2. 6 damage is exactly
Quickly.
what he needed.
I'll do a CP reroll.
Gonna do a CP reroll. Boop. What do you need?
4 up.
4 up.
50-50. No.
Missing. He is down.
See,
And oops, had the camera on the wrong thing. Sorry. A big turn for Space Wolves. Right now, got 17 points. Let's go to turn 2 for Eldar. Okay, at the end of Eldar turn 2, this Wraith Lord beat the hell out of the Brutalis. Magan Raw just decided to cleanse for some secondary points. This insane little clown, Solitaire, ran all the way from the first objective there to this objective. Did a blitz to take that from me. The Fire Dragons over here moved up and finally downed Bjorn, the legendary Dreadnought.
so 2, 3. Yep, got them both.
Oh, the leader has a different weapon?
Yeah, the leader has a different weapon. So those 2 get through.
Yeah.
And that's AP -4.
Invuln. I've got 5 up Invuln on him.
Okay.
Oh, Bjorn decided to trip on his face.
So
Both of them go through.
just with the Melta
How much?
3, he's
I just want to know how
Okay.
much damage because it'll be cool.
6, 9, 12, 13.
13 damage. Oh, actually, it's not because it's cool. I have feel no pains. I have to do it.
Well, yeah, that's right.
13 damage, 5 ups.
That's just from the 2 guys.
Yeah, it's these are enough misses there to have him explode. Let's see. Does he go up in flames? Oh, I saw the 6 a few times. Bjorn, his service has finally ended. The Fire Dragons took Bjorn out. Now it's a proxy Bjorn. That's obviously not the model. So the real Bjorn laughs as he's at home, and that guy was just he hired him to take over for him for a little bit. Meanwhile, the platform put a few shots into the repulsor executioner, and then the warp spiders jumped in behind with their leader and started shooting up the gray hunters, brought them down to 4 marines, so we had 6 losses there. Yeah, it's hurting. That was a nice counter punch. Now Jay doesn't have very many models, but the character models he does have can put out some damage. And he's kind of taken the right flank, the rear, so I need to push out desperately and try to catch up on points. We see if it can happen in turn 3. Let's go. Okay, for the Space Wolves turn 4, I've killed the, see, now I'm a little lost, man. I gotta remember to do these. So I killed the spider and I moved these guys forward. The repulsor has moved over here and taken shots and killed off Magan Raw from that objective. Murder Fang was murdered.
So I need 3s and 4s.
Okay, that's not bad.
There's 1.
Yeah.
Reroll hits. Reroll hits, wounds, and damages.
Yep.
You can reroll the wound roll,
Yeah.
and you can reroll the damage roll.
That's why you like them Fire Dragons so much.
All right, so there's that.
The
One.
2 hit, yeah. So
Yeah.
now 2 hits.
All right, now it's two damage.
So needing 4s.
Miss.
Miss. Hit. Reroll this
Rerolling
one.
the miss.
Got it. All right, so 2 saves.
2 saves.
At -4.
-4. We're going with Invone. Motherfucker does not have Invone.
What? He has a feel no pain?
I guess that's what balances this dude out, because he's just ridiculous. When he gets to you, you're dead.
So what's his? A 2 up?
2 up.
So 6s.
6s? Okay.
Yeah. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
6s, 2 save. Both failed.
All right, so I'm going to use my totem to change one of these die rolls to a 6.
Okay, totem
Totem used.
gone.
And then the other one is a d6 damage. So,
That's Eldar damage.
so 9
9. I have some feel no pain.
and 5. So 14.
14. Feel no pains. Feel no pains at, guess what? 6s.
6s? Blue, blue.
Not a single 6. It is over for Murder Fang, who did so well by taking out a Wraith Knight. Way more points than him. He had help from his daddy, though, and he had to make, they both had to make wild 9-inch charges. Thus, he goes down. Hopefully, Daddy Logan will get some revenge. We shall see. While Logan charged and killed all the fire dragons, however, like a phoenix, he rises from the ashes and comes back 1 inch away. These guys are securing that point back here, and we have that one solitaire doing his job over here, while the Wraith Lord is holding the middle. So let's see what happens on Eldar's turn. Okay, at the end of Eldar turn 4, Jay desperately ignored the tank, just charged the 2 infantry in order to deny me points, which is super, super smart. He did. He killed the infantry, ignored the tank. Over here, the Exarch was doing its best to try to get rid of Logan, but failed against Logan. That put a wrench in his plan. If he had done that, then he had won easily. But as we're scoring it right now, Jay's giving me a bunch of challenger points. Probably shouldn't have done that previously. So he's spotting me points. I'm only 5 points behind. I'm going to draw 2 secondaries, and if I can get 5 points,
Out of this.
I guess 6 points technically out of the secondary, then
you'd have to get.
I'd win.
You'd have to get 6 points and kill me off both objectives.
6 points and kill you off both objectives?
Yeah.
Oh, because you're about to score 10 points.
Yeah.
So it looks like an Eldar victory, but let's not, because I might still be able to shoot him off. I do have some shooting. So, okay, let's go in here. This tightest game ever. All right, well, let's just do heavy bolters on this guy. 3s. And then 3s or 2s, actually, probably. What's your toughness?
Yeah, 2s.
Okay, yeah, 5. So, -1 armor piercing.
So 4 ups. Got him.
All right, he's down. All those other guns wasted. Basically, just the big gun left. The big gun firing at this. It's my Oath of Moment target.
Nope. That's game.
That's game. He's
Well,
down.
Roll the damage.
roll damage?
It's 2d6 each, so it's
Roll
4,
damage,
right?
2d6, and
Four.
I can re-roll a damage roll.
Yeah.
And I might as well use a CP on this one. No, so 4 plus 4, that's 8 there, and then 1 plus 4 is 5 here. 8 plus 5.
It's only 1d6 plus 4?
Yeah. 1d6 plus 4. 8 plus 5 is 9 and 13 wounds.
Yeah, that got him.
All right.
Because he only has 10.
He's down. All right, well, that's tabled
Soup.
Eldar
Super close.
and a space
Because you would get
wolf
10.
victory.
You'd get 10 points, and that's it. And I
Yeah.
couldn't score.
And then 10 points here. And then Jay's turn, since he's tabled, just stopped short of scoring. If Jay had like one guy left,
Yeah, if I had one dude on a 5.
then he would. Could you clear your die? So, Good game.
Yeah, good
it
game.
Was,
it was very fun.
I think we
fun.
can both agree, extremely close with a bunch of errors. The Space Wolves are incredibly fun with this Oath. I like the sagas, achieving these sagas, which then gives every single one of my unit reroll a hit, reroll a wound, reroll a damage.
That's
Saga of the Bold.
That's some of the most rerolls I've ever seen.
It makes my characters amazing, and all you have to do as a Space Wolf is attach a character to each one of your units, and you're good to go. So Space Wolves, pretty nice, honestly. And Jay, was using units he's never used before. Probably dumped a little too much points in one big unit.
Well,
if
you
he
told
had
me
spread that out, I was like, let's use it.
Let's try it, see what it. But the way I brought it on, I should have brought it on a different way.
Any given Sunday, the Eldar would have won this.
If that thing would have been around for one more turn,
you would have won.
Yeah,
easy. Yeah.
Well, I don't know.
It was closer than I thought, because when we were at the beginning of the game, remember, I was like, I'm gonna like table you, and it's gonna be over.
Yeah.
But then you started turning things around as the Eldar.
I mean, that's
the
kind of
Exarchs with their weapons put out so much damage. They were just like, you're deleted, you're deleted, you're deleted.
Yeah, but
they
can't take a punch for nothing.
They cannot take a punch.
Like, ah!
The second the Eldar walk out in the open, like it's a glass cannon and they're dead. Warhammer's always fun, man. It's a ton of fun. Join the hobby. You're going to enjoy it just as much as we do. We're old farts. So that was a lot of fun. And, yeah, it was cool. What do you, for the Eldar, it's like get in there.
Samurai Queen.
And smash them in the face.
It
Because
was
if you
a
don't,
Joe victory.
the guns will destroy you quite a bit.
Yep.
And that's what the Space Wolves do. Now, it does hurt my feelings that the Blood Angels feel so much crappier than this.
They don't get any rerolls.
As Blood Angels players, I am really mad at the Space Wolves because they're way more fun.
Space Wolves get a ton of rerolls, which is fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, we were using a lot of proxy models, and my Logan model is the oval on the sled instead of the circle, but just for fun. All right, guys. Well, thank y'all so much for hanging out with us, and we shall see you on the next Angry Joe Show. Bye, guys.